Test. Okay. I messed up. I thought
Test.
Okay. I messed up. I thought what's it called? So I had everything set up. And I was like, okay. For some reason, my screen says the countdown that I put a long time ago, and then I was like, okay, what's going on? Because I was refreshing it, I was trying to cancel it with Streamlabs, by updating one, but make it shorter, so I wouldn't have to wait that long. So I tried to set that up. It was just frozen. I'm like, what's going on? So I had to complete cancel. I don't know if it showed up the first time. But yeah, that's the story behind that. I don't know what was going on. Yeah. What's it called? Who just... Okay, I can catch it later. What's I gonna say? Yeah. So that's what we're going to do. Plaque. I'm doing the background of the stream. Oh wait, I didn't go stream. I think this is better stream. Oh wait. Yeah, okay, I think this is fine. It should, yeah, right? It shows up everything, or is it being really dumb? Tech editor. Yeah. It is true though. Yo, I'm doing Restream right now. The chat's whatever. I don't like how it's bluish. There's no way to change it. It's really bad like that. Or if there is, I don't know how to do that. It's really complicated. What's it called? What was I gonna say? I completely forgot. But yeah, I don't like how it's not even. But I'd rather have this because I also does Twitch chats, messages. And for me, I can see if I go on Twitch, even though I don't announce Twitch, how much of a pure Twitch audience as I get when it shows up, and I can have rough numbers when I'm going off and seeing the impact. So I kind of know which platform I want based off which one more people are inclined to be on. But I was thinking about something recently, which was, so the whole point, right, of being yourself, everyone's unique. And then I was thinking, how wisdom and teachings and how things are passed down by family and culture and everything. What do since everyone's super different and how they feel and how they think, it's why would you constrain it by a set of rules that doesn't really necessarily have to be done to still experience life and still be good in it? I feel like it's you have to find your own, what you want, and figure out what you believe in, not what the world believes in. You're still, I guess it's getting the pressure, I guess, of it all. And it's just expressing and not worrying about what others have to say. Because when you limit yourself, it's that's not good for you. That's not good at all. But yeah, everything's a duality. I remember dualities. Yeah. There's always a duality clause. And then there's the nothing clause. And you gotta think which one you want to live in. Because when you realize the duality clause, you're oh, this is super cool, but it can get really bad at the same time. And that's the duality clause. Because to be strong is also to be weak. Because you're strong at one thing when you can be working an infinite amount of things, and you have to figure out how to work on every single possible way at the same time. And that is very difficult to accomplish. It's I guess the cheat way is your soul, and just living through that. But I feel you have to really disconnect a lot with your mind, and have to really disconnect with the normal human interaction of how to live and how to be. And you have to really figure out what is the best. And also sometimes you will think of something brilliant, right? Write it down, whatever. you think about it later, you're like, wait a minute, I understand that concept in a completely different way, and a completely different everything. I feel like doing that and just predicting your future and how that advice will come in handy and you'll remember at that time, I feel like for me when I do that, it's kind of interesting, you know, because like when you realize that it's like a rush, it's like, hey, like, you know, it's like some weird future telling. It's just like you will never understand what that means back when that happens. You know, it's like when a lot of people like when like someone said the future, like no one understood it, and that happened. Like, oh, okay. I really enjoy that when, I guess in TV shows, movies in general, and just like because I can relate to that. I think it's like, okay, so the reality, there's a difference of being, like I was looking at this background, right, this wallpaper, I was thinking, okay, there's school, and there's life and work and everything, and then it's just chilling by yourself, working on yourself. I realized it's like, okay, you're separating work and everything for your own reality and your own time and your own what you want to do. But I feel like we spend so much time just relaxing when we should be like trying how to grow. You know what I mean? It's like how to grow from self, how to grow like what we work on, rather than just do nothing. Because if we do nothing forever, it's like it kind of gets at you. You know, that's how you get lazy. I'm pretty lazy. What's it called? Yeah, I was thinking, it's like, sometimes, I was thinking for a while that if in every second you find beauty, right? And you can find something amazing, something spectacular. And it's like you understand it in a very unique way. And I feel like if you can do that correctly, and have that on 24/7, you can learn and become a lot better. I feel like when you do that, it's like you can live a better life. I think for me, I realized like I'm really good in not doing negativity, I guess. But then yeah, like I get that. I don't know, it's really weird. Like the block for it and how much gets in. Because like I am and not at the same time. It's really weird, like how it's processed and which side processes it. Because like for when you think about the duality class, like you kind of have that duality. And things, you know, like you overdo it and like not do it. It's like you're balance. You don't get anything from either side. You have to have both sides. Exercise both sides. Have balance. Then each one benefits, not just one time. I will watch John Wick. I'll pull up. Don't worry. What's it called? Yeah, honestly, it's like for me, I was playing Sucura, and I really like the remaster. It was good. I understand. But you know, like, it's like I was realizing, like, do I really enjoy games that much? You know, it's like, which games do I really enjoy? Because I haven't really been doing that recently. If I'm on the go, I always tend to do like Mario and Kirby because I really like short levels. You know, the goes, I really do really good to it. For Kirby, it's like long enough for something kind of just cramming a session. You know, it's so like entertaining. It's like a really good balance for two different audiences. I think that's why I did well on the 3DS. I'm playing that Robobot. Really good. Really good. Man, do you know I don't understand? Like cats do not look like the facial expressions. Like they do, but they don't. And I was like, you know, like the.
I've been held up in this city for a while due to the rain.
The reason why I'm putting lo-fi music is because I have an idea that if I just talk, right, and just, let's say something profound, the beat's really good, I feel like someone can do like what Jaden did, and it's like they have the beat and then they have someone talking over it. I feel like if they listen to surveys, like they can change it and transform it. And it's like you can modify the audio enough so you can go with the music and still make sense. And I feel like if like someone can do that or I can do that properly, that would be really cool because it would mix like musically what I want to do and extend on it and a new idea, and it would also be like, oh, it's just a cool edit.
So as soon as it stops raining, you'll
Does that make sense? What I'm trying to say? I think that does. So, yeah, I was thinking before about dualities, and I was also thinking when I was a kid. I was like, okay, how do I think and how do I feel about emotions in general? I feel like I was thinking about dissecting every part. It's like, okay, this is happiness, this is that. And I was like figuring out how it connects and which sides did which. And eventually, it's like when you figure out, like, there's nothing left to figure out. And eventually you forget, and then it's like there's nothing. I feel like the point now is because I forgot, because I did all that, it's like now I have to remember, I have to practice remembering, practice doing what I used to do. And that will bring it back a lot that I gave up. Does that make sense? What's it called? But yeah, I don't know, with these streams, I don't really like looking at chat that much. Like, I still read it, and I sound like you're talking to each other. But like, I'm not reading it that much, if that makes sense. Because for me, if I do that, it's like I have to put my brain capacity on that and split it. But I feel like for this, I have to be completely 100% focused on this specific thing. I can't wither away. I can't look at other things. When that happens, it demands my 100%. Does that make sense? I want to give something that's not as good as I think it should be because I'm lacking in being devoted to the art of what I'm trying to do. I feel like with a stream, like being child at times, like it can be really helpful if you're reacting. But it's like if you're trying to just like think about and talk about things, it's really hard to do that. Let's see how. Let me look at something real quick. Also, I was looking at Tyler the Creator's conversation with Flower Boy, and it was like it really resonated with kind of what I wanted to do. It was okay, let's do this thingy on Jiggy real quick so it's much simpler for everyone. I saw this and I was like, this, okay, let me go back. Let me just put that up. Okay. This is crazy. There's now one kid saying who look like me, who looks like me. What comes about why I'm so white. But I feel like it's not even, it is culture, I guess, for them, but it's like, for me, how I perceive it, it's like, I feel like what people assume and want from you, and like want how to behave, because everyone's so like wanting to be restrictive based off of one, which is like people, because when you restrict so much, it's like you're not letting people express in a way. As like America, it's like you have freedom of expression. It's like that's what it should have been. That's what it should have been. You know, I feel like that. Like it's also can go past just laws and just like understandings. What's it called? I was thinking about that. I was like, I just wanted to do whatever. And I feel like most of the time, it's like I don't know what to do. Or like it's like I don't know what to do. I don't know if it's because I'm scared to do something, or that I just like can't think of something to do. But it's like I don't know. There's something there. But I feel like now it's getting better. Like no, just do whatever, and then like really think about it and feel and like go through all the steps and making sure that's what you want to do and that's most beneficial. And I feel like with those decisions, also think about in your mind, it's like, if this causes this, what does that connect to? I feel like, but I also feel like at the same time, if you keep playing that game and you keep making it, where it's back and forth to understand more, it's like you're never going to do it. And if you're never going to do it, it's like, that's not good either. So I feel like that's the hard part, duality of like trying to be safe or trying to do something different. Does that make sense? What's it called? I zoned out for a bit. Let me fix this. What's it called? Ooh, that was a lot of talking. Jeez. But I feel like when I hit record, I don't know if it's because of the timing issue, and I need to reevaluate how I'm spending time and how much focus I'm putting to things, and how, because like to do that, it takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of power, like a lot of mind. It's like kind of like your focus for the day. It's like how active you can be, how. It's like for me, I don't want to be active in like normal. I want to be active in the mind, kind of more so. But I feel like I need to practice that more and figure out like how to make it so it's beneficial. It's like I know I'm messing it up for myself in a way. Like sometimes I'm just doing things because of like the other side's best interests or just wants for that moment, but it's like I actually have to do stuff. I get lazy. But it's like I need to figure that out. I need to start streaming. I need to like do things now. I don't feel like I really do things anymore. At least I haven't in a while. Like I've been playing Secret Map, but it's like when I do that, it doesn't feel like I'm doing something. It doesn't feel like I am engaging myself 100% and like I'm happy with it. It's like I want to explore. I want to do everything. I feel like a game for me has to be that captivating. Just funny because I really liked Earthbound, but it's like Earthbound is also kind of grinding. But it's also those where it's like they do enough to make sense. And it's okay because it's creative and different and you look forward to something new every time. I feel like that's a big part of why a lot of people like it, not because of boom, boom, boom. Because it's still RPG at the end of the day. But yeah, that one's really, Earthbound's amazing. I don't know if I'm ever going to do game streams. Like for me, if I were to do game streams, I would do Shadow of the Colossus on PS4 because I have that. Because that game's crazy. Like the visuals in 4K, man, that looks wild. It's like if I put it on my monitor, it's like it's not doing 4K, it's doing 1440. And I don't think it does that, so it's gonna do 1080. But at least it's better FPS, so it makes sense. So I can't have it both ways, can you? Marvel story. Yeah, because Elgato's 4K capture card, you can do HDR for recording, so that means I don't think you could do it pass through with HDR, so it's like there's no point of that either, having that set up too. What's it called? Yeah. I think Shadow Colossus would be cool. Or something that I can just like, something with scenery and different scenes where there's not a lot of words, but there's a lot of emotion. I kind of want to make it so like when I see something like that, like each second, like be able to stop and then like hit the pause button and just freeze frame it out and like figure a way to make that universal. Have that put in, like talk about that image, talk about kind of like the expressions and like how you feel with the vibe, how they're doing with the art notes, how you're doing with the colors, how you're doing with the detail and like the focus. I feel like trying to decipher everything, like show how your own interpretation of the beauty of it, of every scene and every situation, and then talking about that, Because for this is like for this animation, I really like the background or the poster in the corner, the right top right corner. I was like, we like that aesthetic, and it's like there's anime aesthetic, but then there's real life, and we share that aesthetic. So it's kind of like showing how there's three, like different art styles. And it's like, what if everyone's in that art style and they're just looking at us with this realistic look? But what if that would be its own reality? Like, why hasn't people made anime people making real people? Like, real life aesthetic. And it's like trying to see how it's like, wait a minute, how is this working? Like, or showing, like, making that poster or, like, making a different type of aesthetic. That's, like, super crazy. And, like, wait, I'm in this world right now, I'm doing that. And, like, every season you would change the art style, you would change the music, you would change how things work for every, I guess episode or something like Black Mirror. And I have that as art and just keep changing it. I feel like that would be a really cool idea. Let me make the volume a bit more, just to make sure, because I don't know, because I don't hear any complaints, but, you know, I'm trying to play it safe. What's it called? Let's see if the stream's still doing decent, because the refresh thing is really annoying on YouTube for some reason on my screen. I don't know why it's doing that, and it just like freezes. I'm like, it's my own stream. It's like they should have optimization because it's on the same network. It's like maybe there could be a point where you can do that, but that also be kind of weird too. Yeah, no, that could be pretty bad. I don't want that anymore. Maybe I'll do it. Like I really want to have an idea where, like, let's say each person, like the one drawing I made, or the work in progress, I wanted to have like different elements, right? Like just stock photos, like really pretty stock photos, and like using stock photos from what everyone sees and creating an art piece, creating something different through that images and like the formation and like visuals to make that into its own story that teaches something deeper within that image that's like you don't see because everyone sees it. And that's like you don't really talk about how deep something very basic, that's something very true in nature, had to like go in and like really explore. I feel like no one's really doing that. And I'm just like thinking of like crazy ideas for content. And like maybe someone will make it or maybe I'll make it. I don't know. Like for me, if I just have crazy content ideas that's like super out of reach, I feel like someone might be able to do it and then be like, yo, that's kind of cool. But it's like for me, I just want to keep thinking of crazy stuff, and it's like, what can this person think of? And just, you know, have a stream life like that. Also, I saw the Elgato Stream Deck XL. That thing is so big and so stupid, but like the cool thing would be is like if someone can program to like make videos on it, or like a video player, or like trippy animations, you know, and like just make it look super cool with the backgrounds and stuff like that, like fully customizable in a different way. Because I feel like a lot of people would take that, just like a like whole wave or like something like crazy. And then it will be on the buttons, make them more close together. But each one you program aside, you know, you have some designated thing they can tell or remember. I do not have Facecam plugged in because I do not want to worry about that. I do not want to see myself in the reflection when I do the camera. Like, I don't want that right now. Like, I'm sorry. Like, maybe next time, but for right now, it's like I cannot do that. I'm sorry. It's not going. I don't know. I feel more, I guess, confident if I don't like see myself. I don't know, it's weird. No, I really like, I don't know, don't think about it. Because I want to make sure it's like, for me, I don't like hearing myself, and if that makes sense. Like, I'd rather see myself in like text than see myself like said and seen. I don't like that reflection in a way. I like seeing a very simple form. If I see a very simple form, that means I can do have creative liberty and how I want to interpret things later on. I feel like those different creative outlooks is a lot better than having one. And just like having that as reality. Because like, why have reality just one thing? Make up your mind about one thing, then you're done. It's like, well, if you can always explore, if you can always do something cool instead. What's it called? Yeah, I'm thirsty. I don't have anything to drink. I should really bring down water bottles or something. It's my be. So how's it going? I've been talking a lot about myself. No, I have not seen that. But if I see that, I feel like my video is going to be blocked. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference between copyright strike and block. And it's like, I don't want that block, my guy. I've seen people, you know what I mean? Some like crazy stuff. And it's like, I don't want that. I don't want something to be like that. You know, maybe if it was only Twitch, I would consider. That's like, I'm not taking that. I'd rather have 50 million emails from YouTube automated to a month later after the first wave showing up, be like, yo, copyright from 5 months ago. I'm like, fam, if you're running that video in your system that many times, there's something wrong with you. Just check it once and that's it. Like, why is it taking that much for everyone? Like, other people don't get that. Or if it does, it's like, what if you just make a video you think you're good, and then later down the day, it's like, you don't record anymore. It's like, come on. I feel like a lot of people that make like the daily content's okay with that, because at that point, it's like, maybe they can get away with everything, and then later on, when the video stops getting watches and does that. But for me, what I want to do is like talk about this type of stuff and also think of other things, like how the progressive and different ideas and I think like natural growth to these streams. I feel like a lot of people go back and like, hey, how did this happen? How did this start? And it's like very basic things, if that makes sense. Wow. Okay. I really let a lot of stuff like push me down in a sense. You know what I mean? I really let like ensnares because I feel like fear of if I express myself, no one's gonna take me seriously and no one's gonna be understanding and just like joke about it, because that's how it was before. And it's just like, I don't want this, so I had it off for a while. I feel like with that, it's like I didn't recover, I didn't gain back a lot. The thing about the power statement from before, it's you can have a lot of power, you can think you have a lot of power, but at the end of the day, it's also a delusion trick. It's powerful and it's useful, I'm not saying that, but at the same time, it's like that when you actually think about those words and like how you did it, if it does not add up and you cannot remember everything you did to get there, is it worth it? Is it worth earning to feel fulfilled when you do it and feel accomplished? If you're just cheating, it's like you're not getting anywhere. I feel like eventually it's like you let that go and they're there. Just maybe you do figure out, or maybe you just burn out because you can't decide. For me, I couldn't really decide, but the thing is, I'm still in the game kind of to go either side. This thing about the duality thing, it's like I can pick one side extremely or the other, but right now in the middle, it's like, do I play the game with the 2 coins? Do I play the game of 2 different realizations, existences? There's world, and that's you, and it's what do you want? I'll have been streaming for half an hour. But we're not doing jackpots, my guy. That's not happening. I'm not that type of guy. Okay, I know it's funny. I don't want to pay for it. I broke boy. I don't want to do it. Let me fix this real quick. Snap message. Wait, who is that? Did I completely? Who's that? I do not recall. I can't believe it's already like June and it's about to be July. Like Evo is coming up soon, and I am hyped for Evo. No, don't say that. I don't. No, like I've been thinking about it recently, and it's like I gave what I could have given, and I think I'm done until I see something back. If I see something, because right now I'm not seeing anything. It's like I cannot put an effort in this if there's nothing. So I'm kind of done right now, but I don't want, like, I've been, anytime I see this trend, it's like I just can't do it. Like, we're so cool, but just, I can't do it. There's a lot of differences, because for him, he did it one way, but he doesn't do it anymore. That's the thing. That's the trick. He doesn't do it anymore. Because if he didn't, we would probably still be talking. If we don't talk, I can see very big changes with James. He's not doing it anymore. I feel like now it's like he can't do it anymore, but he still wants to look like he can. Because if you do that, still puts like, hey, it's not because of this one episode or something like that. It's like, I want to maintain that and fake it to make it, even though you've experienced that before. I feel like you wanting to hold on to that image. But it's like, for me, it's like I've been away from every image for so long, where it's like I want to create an image, but in a way that's not traditional, in a way that's different, but at the same time, that's kind of what's stumping me a lot. Like, I know the reason why I do it. The way I do it is because even if you do it slowly, it's like you won't realize the switch of everything. It just all happens at once. I feel like for me, I want it all at once, then having in between. But I feel like in between is also beneficial. I don't know. Maybe the idea is wrong, but I have to think about the idea more and the duality behind it. Because there are a lot of things that he says that like I get, but like I also thought about that years ago. So it's like right now it's like, okay, I need to think completely different. I need to think on different system, figuring out new stuff. And now it's extremely hard to do that. But it's like I still want to get to a point where it's like I can still do it, Then we gotta talk. And that's my, what I did that when I was like very young. It's like I want to make sure I can still be able to do it, but I still got it, For him, when he did, like it was awakening that I realized I can still do it. I realized I can, like, I experience all of that. It's like, okay, I need to make sure I can be that person again, to make sure if I can help him in any way, how to do that. Or just like be like that in general. Sometimes you learn a lot by taking a step back into things. You learn a lot by just like realizing, hey, what went wrong in this situation? What went wrong here? It's like how you could have better done it, and like want to do it next time. I'm not saying I do. I'm not saying I do. Name, you are. Oh, I see, it's a joke. You literally miss everything. I was basically talking about like how I don't like to be told that I think like Etika. I don't want to be thought that I'm under his wing, because like we've even had discussions where like he admits that he's under mine in a way, and it's like I don't want to deal with people that like won't take, you know, like like just thoughts and guidance, like different ideas and strategy, like how to even pursue it. And then it's like I don't care anymore. You know, like I try to watch this and I don't care. Like I literally, it's like I need you to be you, and that's it. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care, like be real. And it's like right now it's like I see, I'm like, nah, it's not it. I know it's not it. I know there's more. I can't. Fam, it's not like that. Trust me. Because let me explain. If I were to do that, right, that would have been back in 2016. That would have been a long time ago. It wouldn't have been late 2018, 2019. If it was because of me. He legit, legit until this started to happen, I didn't talk to him in like 8 months. Like actually, like I didn't talk to him at all. Like if he did, he would have done it if he remembered everything a year later and then started to do it. For recently, not before he did it. That's the thing a lot of people don't get. Just because I say some things doesn't mean I'm trying to teach, I'm trying to insinuate. Like, we didn't talk about a year before that happened. Like, I'm not... When people tell me, I'm like, no, that's not how it went down. Like, I literally told you guys, like, I haven't talked to him in forever. I legit, on the stream, I was like, yo, we haven't talked to him, so what's going on? Like, a lot of people have misconceptions. I feel like a lot of people get a bad idea very quickly with not realizing the situation. I feel like whenever I say, a lot of people don't take that seriously. A lot of people use their own vendettas and they use their own opinions of what happened versus what I can prove with, you know, like timestamps. I'm just like, literally, like, I can make this timeline in 2 seconds to disprove everything. I don't like when people do that. It gets very tedious. It gets very annoying. What's it called? 6, 7. Okay. It's funny. Yeah, because I named the stream that, I forgot about that. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Okay, you guys, relax. I love how you guys like meme everything, but it's also like you guys meme it too hard sometimes. But it's like I know it's in good spirit, so it's all good. But it's kind of funny too, you know. What's it called? But I had a feeling for a long time. It's like I was thinking about the duality of thinking and feeling, and if they're duality or not. And I'm pretty sure they are. When I was thinking about it, I believed it. Where it was, if you don't think, then you can't really feel. But I feel like that's wrong, because you can feel a lot without thinking, and that's what I guess, like, testing and figuring out. Where it's like, I can still feel empathy and all that with, sure, thinking can add a lot to it, but I feel like it's not completely reliant. What's it called? So that's the thing, it's like, I like those things, but I can't read it, or else I get distracted. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, okay, it's very beneficial, but it's not needed. I was thinking, it's like, okay, what are things needed and not needed for different scenarios? And maybe it's like, if you can figure out the perfect connection between everything, so you can make your own preference of change. But I feel like when you do that, you're also limiting a lot, and you're limiting the whole entire experience. So I feel like it's like you have to also know how to undo everything. Yeah. But does what I'm saying make sense whatsoever? Because like for me it makes sense, but I don't know if other people get that. I hope other people can get that. Okay, I think the pulled pork is better. That thing just like family put way too much everything. And Tom was like, dude, I should ice cream. That looks like half the thing is like not even ice cream, man. It's like you have to really know what the main thing. What's that called? Okay, time to not get distracted because I keep getting distracted. Being distracted, it's weird. Also, Sailor Moon, best show of all time. Because like there gets to a point where it's like they're talking about like you can tell a lot of like how they're feeling based on like how they're saying things and like the animation and everything. It's like the situation was like a lot of people don't do it that now in that way, I guess, because I feel like your friends that kind of tried to like other American reality shows, but I feel like because of that style it doesn't get across as much as I guess like how they do this so simply, and I don't know, they just do it in a very simple, beautiful way. I feel like a lot of people don't do that now as well with reality TV shows and like stuff like that. Fam, how is that? How is that? Is this a meme? Is this a meme? Fam, when was this uploaded? Oh my god, this was today. Oh no. Are you saying things? Dude, I can't. Oh my god, I can't listen to that. I'm sorry. That's hilarious though. Hilarious. Fam, a lot of people have misconceptions about that too. It's like nothing happened. It's hilarious how people think something happened. I'm just like, you guys are getting so misconception. Like, fam, there's a reason why I'm not that public figure, and so it's like, I realize if anything went into public, it's automatically gonna look bad unless people really saw everything. And then it's like, okay, no, I guess like there's nothing. I understand. I feel like people online a lot are really annoying like that, and that's really annoying. What's it called? The message I put in that group chat, what I say a million times that you guys say, which I do. I do believe that right now. It's actually bad. Okay, I've been streaming for 45 minutes. Should I continue or stop? I know 45 minutes isn't that long of a stream, but it's getting kind of late too. And like, the weird thing I did was last night I went to sleep at like 6. I went to sleep at like 5 or 6 a.m. I was like so tired physically, because for me I'm never like mentally tired. And then like it was getting to me. I was like, what? I woke up at like, I think it was like 10ish, maybe 9. And it's like I wake up and then keep going to sleep. And when I do, it's really like I get a lot of dream cycle and stuff like that. So I can really do a lot in my dreams. And like control it and like have really, really vivid ones. I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep doing that. I'm gonna keep going back because this is fun. Like, it's super weird experience, but it's also like the funnest thing ever. because like you kind of push what you can be creatively, and look how much, I guess maybe you can train how much you can get of that, how much you can retain of like how it looks and how everything works. Like maybe you can replicate it so easily every day, whatever it's the best one of that day, you spend the whole day making that into a reality where every vision is a whole, I guess, like TV shows, like short, skit, whatever. And it's like you do it in a very different way every time, because every time it's different. I feel like you get the most variety in that way. And you can also exercise your different types of different creative styles. I can also think of, what's it called? I feel like you know a lot with it. It helps you practice a lot. Let me check that. Because I don't want to stream for more than an hour, because I'm getting kind of tired. Fam, dude, you can't say me this, man. I don't want distractions right now. Like when I want all serious mode, when I do stream and chat, memes are for the group chat. I do not want it to cross over at all. Do you understand? Like, I do not want to mess with what's it called? But yeah, I was also thinking it's like how pirating is bad. Because like if you pirate all the time, your day over, it's like you spend more time downloading more things than like actually experience things that you want to experience. Because you think, oh, this is gonna be better, this is gonna be better. It's like, wait, how do you know it's better if you don't play any games or do anything? So I feel like I need to play more games. I need to do more things that I really enjoy. I feel like with video games, it's really hard for me to finish them, because like I'll play for like 20 hours, like 10 hours, and then eventually be like, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. And I feel like with Secret Man, I was like, I think I'm like 30, maybe 40% done. I'm pretty sure. Hopefully I am, because like, if it's not, that game's way too long. I'll probably be by then. But yeah. And after that, I want to do Shadow of Colossus. But I feel like I wouldn't want to like play it. I would want to admire it on stream. You know, like ideas of what I see and what I perceive. Like when I was looking at this lo-fi stuff, right? I wanted to pick one with like good background, because this one's like, we all know it. This one's just staying still. This one, like, I mean, this one's kind of chill. I think this one's animated. Yeah, I like this one. I like how it's like 4C, whatever. But it's also like has the old style of, what's it called? The record player. Or like how back then, when there was record players, like that's when everything got to more city-like, which it copies that aesthetic for that modern. But then also explores like, hey, back then there was also more force and stuff like that. It's like having that kind of vision of two ideas put together from there. Because you only see electronics, you see candle, but you only see like one light. I don't know, you don't really see it that much, so it's kind of a more nature aesthetic. Because when you think about it, it's like when you play a record player, it's more nature. You know? I feel like that's really cool. That's why I think of when versus a boombox, is I feel like if it was a boombox, it wouldn't have that aesthetic pretty good. I should probably full screen this. I messed it up. What's it called? Bananas, but that doesn't make sense. Is that? Who is that poster? I have no idea. Okay, different image, a different song. Yeah, I'm changing it. I want like different ones with animations. Why is it scrolling like that? By sitting scrolling the other way, this is super confusing. Because I'm complete. Oh, it's Discord, that's why. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, I'm about to say, like, if that was Twitter, I'm like, that's not how Twitter works. I was too dumb for not looking more to the, what's it called? Bro, so what are you doing? Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, different one though. I feel like it's very abstract to me, that type of lifestyle. Like that type of living. Just like having, I guess, like work and like everything, and like, I guess, grow up, or like being an adult in that way. It's like, for me, that's always super strange. Because I feel like it's good, but I feel like there's also something more that can be done. In a way where it's like, you're not just doing something, you're actually like being alive, you're actually doing something fulfilling and trying to be yourself and be happy.